Pimping ain't easy, but a show is fun. Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on? Right? Let me slide on over. Let me get information because this time, Lord, I'm cranking these videos out. All right. This is the deal. When I first of all, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Operation Hill 100 Hearts YouTube channel. What I'm going to need you to do before we get started on anything is please, can you go hit the thumbs up and like the video? Can you go hit the thumbs up and like the video? I would really appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up and like the video. I also would appreciate is if you clicked on this video, I want you to stay here and watch the video in its entirety because in the end, I want to see your comments. I want to see your comments. I want to hear your feedback about my commentary on this video. Third, if you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have so many playlists of things that can interest a variety of people. I have Dear Deidre. I have my unpopular opinion. I have my Pookie playlist. I just have to go check it out. Go check it out. But while you here today, get your sip, because we got some things to talk about. Before we get into the things we got to talk about, I want you guys to wish my dad a happy heavenly anniversary. Today makes 18 years since I lost my dad. And I don't know, normally I'm in good spirits because I feel like I'm living a life at the moment that will make my dad hella proud. So I normally am in good spirits, but for whatever reason this year, it's been a rough year. I have to admit it's been a rough year. I'm not going to bust out crying on screen, but it's been a rough year. So I don't know. Right now, instead of being like, oh, let's celebrate my dad's life, I'm just in a space of, I wish you was here. I wish you could alleviate some of these things and some of this heavy shit I got on me. But in any event, I don't want to get sad. So let's get on with it because also what I got to talk to y'all about, it don't require no sadness, baby. It don't require no sadness. It requires checking. So I really got started on this YouTube channel seriously because I wanted to do show reviews, right? Right. So y'all not going to believe me. I dead ass be taking notes. Like, first of all, I watch shows. I watch reality shows. I'm into it, right? I got my ear to the ground. I got my feet on the pavement. I'm ready to roll. Y'all won't believe me. I'm going to show y'all. I dead ass be taking notes. That's how much I watch the show. Like right here, right? Let's use, this is Potomac. Look. These are my notes. I watch Potomac. That's Potomac. What else I got for y'all? Like, I watch the shows. I watch the motherfucking shows. I was watching, This Is Baddies. I watch the shows. I make the notes. Like, I watch the shows. My only thing about it is, for whatever reason, that, like, play-by-play every episode thing, I can't do because I'm not sitting home all day. I actually have a job. And also, sometimes I'm just not in a mood to go through a certain episode because I'm like, this shit was dumb. I don't feel like it. So, what I'm learning to do is, like, culminate. Like, say, for example, if I'm up to episode 5 on a season of a show and I'm up to episode 3 on another, I'm just gonna start, like, compressing those videos and making them and discussing the characters because it's more so for me. I told you guys I started watching reality TV back when Flavor Flav and Emily B and Chrissy was on Love. I started in that era, and the only reason why I kept up with it and why I'm still doing it to this day is because it contributes to the work I do, which is my Operation Hill 100 Hearts Trauma Centered counseling I do. I feel like reality shows only exposed how much healing people need to do. You just watching them need their hearts healed on TV. So for me, as I'm watching the shows from then to now, I'm there cursing the screen out, corresponding with people on social media about what's going on because I can see in these moments folks need healing. At that time, I needed it as well. Right? So that's why I still watch the shows. So now, instead of me like giving you guys a play-by-play each episode because that doesn't work for me, what I'll start doing is I'll recap the shows but by character. So I can kind of share with you what I'm seeing from each individual on the show as opposed to sitting up there and being like, well, in this part of the show, they went to the mall and then so-and-so got mad. No, that doesn't work for me. I realize that. right? I'm not going to say these videos are going to come as often as my unpopular opinion and Dear Deidre, but I'll try to do them a little more often because they're needed as well. And it's also why I got serious about doing my YouTube channel. So, ladies and gentlemen, the two main shows that I'm locked in right now that I want to discuss that I be cursing the TV out about, we're going to discuss today. Also, let me say this, what I'm also going to start doing. I follow Kendall, and I like his way of recapping shows. He does it on his Instagram, and he does it like he's watching the show and giving the feedback as he's watching. I think I'm going to do that on my YouTube or my Instagram stories. So follow me on Instagram. It's Born, BORN_Bossy with 4 Y's. So that's BORN_Bossy, BOSSYYYYY, 4 Y's. So on Sunday nights, I'll recap the show on my IG story. I'll recap Married to Medicine and Real Housewives of Potomac, which is what we're going to talk about today. On Monday, I'll recap Basketball Wives. I'm only watching LA. I'm not watching Orlando. On Wednesdays, I'll recap Real Housewives of Miami. And I'll try to do Huntsville. I'm a little checked out of it, but I'll keep you guys posted. But in any event, make sure you go and like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you check out my unpopular opinion and Dear Deidre, because that's where you get a lot of my ish at, right? Okay, let's get started. I'm going to start with Real Housewives of Potomac, because they come on first. And we'll just talk about what the... Make sure you guys have your drinks. I started watching Potomac, I want to say about 2 or 3 years ago. I went and binge watched. Matter of fact, I'm lying. I don't know how long ago it was. I know I've been caught up, though, for the last, I want to say 4 or 5 seasons I've been caught up. Right? So I know what's going on. Let's start with Ashley. Right? Ashley is the biracial girl on the show who does TikTok and is in the middle of a fake divorce. You know what I think about Ashley? I think that Ashley is a troublemaker, and I think she's planting on the show to troublemaker, right? She's not getting a divorce. She doesn't really want to let you know what's going on with her Caucasian cheating, quote-unquote, ex. He's suing Candace at the moment. Ashley is really just there to do TikToks and start trouble. The only thing that irritates me about them allowing Ashley to start trouble is because once she does it, nobody kind of checks her on being a troublemaker. They just follow up with the trouble and have beef with each other while she just stands to the side and does TikTok after she done stirred up all this bullshit. Me personally, I like Ashley. I know a lot of people don't like Ashley. I even heard Carlos King say some very colorful things about the young lady. I like Ashley. I liked her since she first got on the show. Right? And I also, one of the main reasons I liked her, because even when her husband Michael Darby was on the show and he was mixed up in all this BS, she don't mind getting confronted about her shit. That's why I fucks with Ashley. She don't mind getting, when you confront her, she's ready to roll. She's not backpedaling and popping like everybody else. She's standing in it and she's arguing with you. Whereas you see other women saying, well, why are you picking on me and why are you bothering me and I don't bother a soul, and girl, no. But Ashley will stand in her shit. Right? What she's learned to do is make sure nobody has the opportunity to bring up her shit because she's so busy instigating shit and then going to do TikToks. So I ain't got a problem with Ashley. Keep Ashley on the show. She don't watch them kids. I seen them climbing on tables and walls and being Spider-Man. She was on at the side doing her TikTok video. So she ain't got them kids to think about all that B&B she's staying. That's on Ashley. Keep the girl on the show. I don't mind her. Mia is I'm sorry. I'm going to have to say it. I'm sorry. And I don't mean it maliciously or disrespectfully because it's just my feeling. I think that Mia is a tranny. I honestly feel like when I look at her feet, her stature, her hands, something about it gives me that Mia may be a transsexual, which is not a bad thing. I just hope and wish that if she is, she will own it. But in any event, right now, she is saying that she's a cisgendered woman, so that's what we're going to have to go with. I hope I said that right. No disrespect to the LGBTQ community, right? Or the transsexuals or transgenders. Do I mean she's a transsexual or transgender? Okay, listen. I think that Mia is portraying a woman and she's really a man. That's what I mean. Y'all let me know if that's the transsexual or the transgender. God, I think it's transsexual because I don't think... In any event, What I did not like about Mia is a fucking liar. And what happened was she had to humble herself this season because she's fucking broke when she stepped on the scene saying she was a fucking boss, right? And now since everything has been stripped away from her, she had to humble herself. She's trying to find someone to latch on that's going to take pity on her so she can continue to wallow and stand up in this story. What pissed me off is that she made up a fake storyline, which I'm going to stand 10 toes down and believing is fake, because she knew that it would tug at the heartstrings of another castmate because it's the castmate's same story, and that castmate is in the loop, which is the loop that everybody wants to be in, which is with the light-skinned girls, the green-eyed bandits. So Mia made up another version of Robyn, another castmate's entire life, and went and told that story to Robyn, which in turn tugged at Robyn's heartstrings. It wouldn't have took much to tug at Robyn's heartstrings because Robyn is already on Mia's side because Mia tossed the drink on Wendy, and Robyn or Giselle and Mia cannot stand Wendy. And Ashley, you can't either. You're just pretending to like her so you don't look like you're being a colorist, right? So, okay, got it. Mia, Candace. Unpopular opinion, I'm not a Candace fan. I've never been a Candace fan. I am a Monique fan. I was a Monique fan, but I was not a Candace fan because I was a Monique fan. I just was not in favor of who Candace was, and I was in favor of who Monique is. And granted, Monique grew up in New Jersey, which is knocking on the door of New York, and I'm from New York. So maybe I saw a lot of similarities in Monique that I was seeing myself, which made me more of a fan of hers. I am not a fan of Candace. I am not a fan of that antagonistic verbal bullying and then pretending to be the victim when you get that same bullying back, except it's not verbally. So for me, I'm not a fan of Candace. But in recent years, since Monique is gone off the show, you know, I am a fan of the way she's holding it on and putting her motherfucking foot in Giselle's chest. I'm a fan of that behavior. I'm still not a fan of Candace, but I'm a fan of that behavior. So I can appreciate that she is not letting up off this Flintstone neck bitch. She is letting her know, bitch, I am on you and I will never get off of you. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that behavior from Candace. So although I'm not a Candace fan, I do appreciate Candace's behavior towards Giselle. I appreciate that from Candace. What I do like about Candace is she is very intelligent, but she's a motherfucking brat. She is a brat, and when things don't go her way, here she go with the triangle, and every minute with the tears, and this, that, and that, this, and it irritates me because I feel like a lot of that bullshit you bring on yourself, and then you stand back and cry like you're the victim. You're not the victim, my dear, and the only reason why I do not like people that play in the victim role, because I feel like that doesn't give you any room to grow. If you constantly blaming other people for your actions and your behaviors, when do you stand up in your shit and realize you have to make some changes? So I can't stomach Candace, but I can stomach her being there to hold it the fuck on bedrock ass neck Giselle, right? Okay, got it. So I love that about her. What I do think happened with the Candace and Chris situation, I have to give my honest opinion, is Chris was drunk, allegedly, because I ain't got no banner, so let me say the word. I'm not gonna lie to you. I observed Chris in those seasons, and Chris was drunk every fucking minute. And it's crazy because I watched him on a podcast. Allegedly, he was drunk. I watched him on a podcast, and he did share how he was drinking a lot during those times. And I was like, I saw you, Chris. I saw you. So with the whole Giselle situation, what I think happened was I think Giselle also saw what the fans saw, and she found the end, which is this motherfucker may have alcoholism, allegedly. And I can say he did some weird shit because everybody sees every fucking minute he's drunk. And I also think he felt the comfort to have that conversation with Giselle because he was drunk, allegedly. Because really and truly, Chris, these are not your friends. These are not your homegirls. And really and truly, they ain't even really Candace homegirls. So the fact that you think you can go and have a conversation with them, whether that was check-in or whether that was trying to talk, whatever you want to do, they're not your friends. They're not your friends. If somebody does something to me out of my friend group, I do not expect Pookie to pull them to the side and give them a lecture. Bitch, what the fuck you talk to this bitch for? I expect Pookie to know I got this and I can stand 10 toes down in my own shit. So I think Chris made a lot of poor judgment calls because he was drinking, but I do not think, let me be clear, I do not think he did anything to intimidate Giselle ass. She's a fucking liar. But I do feel like he felt the comfort of asking her to talk alone and all that because his ass was fucking drunk. Stop drinking, allegedly. Right? I also think that saying things like, oh, I asked Chris who out the friend group he had a crush on, and he said Giselle. I just think Candace also invited that behavior because once again, you was another bitch like Mia, too thirsty to be down with the light-skinned green-eyed bandits, and that shit backfired on you. That's what I believe in my heart of hearts. So everything Giselle did to her, I didn't feel sorry for her because I saw how she welcomed that. But I do I love the way Candace is keeping her Timberland on Giselle's pipe neck. I love it. It ain't just the leg, it's the neck too. So I love that. And I need Candace there for that because she can shred Giselle with that mouth to a point Giselle is just looking ditzy and into space because she doesn't even want to correspond with Candace because she know Candace going to let it loose. I love that behavior, Candace. I just don't love Candace. Right? The music. Ooh, okay. Whatever deep space that Candace is in, I'm not there. I'm at the Renaissance. I'm not in a deep space. But I want to see a young black woman succeed. So go Candace, right? Another thing is too I don't like about Candace is another version of her playing the victim is that you didn't have your whole Timberland on Robyn neck. You kind of only had the heel digging in it, but either way, you did put your foot on Robyn neck, and now you're like, I don't know why Robyn doesn't speak to me. Excuse me? You also didn't know why Monique had to yank your motherfucking wig. It's because you do these things and then you do what? Play victim. That irritates me. So her trying to get back in the groove with Robyn irritates me because I feel like she said, she's a fraud. What did Nene say? Freaking fraud. She's a fraud. So stand on what you say. You a fraud ass bitch. Now I'm bang with you. You know what I'm saying? But they want to be accepted by the light-skinned green-eyed bandits, and that irritates me. So that's Candace, right? Up next, Karen. Let me tell y'all something. I will forever be in love with the Grand Dame. Forever. I'm going to say something that I don't like, that I see a lot of bloggers or any folks that give commentary on reality shows. I hear folks say this about Dr. Jackie, Dr. Simone, Karen. Who else is somebody else I see them say this about? Who can I say on Love and Hip? I don't like when people say, oh, take so-and-so off the show. They don't have a storyline. The whole point of these reality shows like Love and Hip Hop, Real Housewives, Married to Medicine, they are all centered around watching the lives of a friend group. In friend groups, there is different type of women. So it irritates me when you're saying that, oh, Candace is giving us this, and Ashley is giving us that, and Giselle is giving us this, but take Karen, no, because she's not giving us anything. No, she's giving you another woman that's in a friend group. You know, they used to do that a lot to Cynthia Bailey. It would be like, well, she's corny. No, but there's a Cynthia Bailey in every friend group. You don't get 10 Nenes and 10 Kenyas and 10 Giselles and 10 Porsches. And you don't have them in real friend groups. In real friend groups, you have the corny bitch, you have the fat bitch, you have the one who thinks she the queen bee, you have the one that go against the queen bee, you have the fighter, you have the one with all the mouth, you have the one that was a bum and she finally came up, you have the thought, you have a whole array of different type of women and a whole variety of different type of women in friend group. So if you have some that is less witted or that's more apprehensive about giving you everything, you can't be mad about that because you need to showcase that type on TV because that is one of the type of women that are in friend groups. So a person like Karen who is 60 years old, no, we don't want to see her in the bathtub with Ray. Nobody wants to see that geriatric bullshit. No. Now, if they show a scene where you see maybe Ashley Thoughton in the bathtub with, didn't she go with somebody from Summer House or Winter House or Full House or whatever? That type of thing you wouldn't mind seeing. But if you don't get the same thing from Karen, you got to understand she's an older woman. She's bringing a different perspective. So don't start saying, oh, Karen ain't bringing that. No, Karen is bringing that pain. Karen is bringing that pain, because what these light-skinned bitches tried to do was they tried to pit them dark-skinned bitches against each other, which is why this show is always getting caught up in some colorist shit. And Karen said, what y'all would not do is try to fawn over the fact that Robyn did some bullshit. So every time Karen get a chance, Karen is bringing that shit up. Okay, so yeah, Robyn. Yeah, right. Remember the pie? I'm taking this portion of the pie out the oven because we need to discuss why in that portion of the pie you didn't tell us what the fuck Juan did. I love it. I love it. Karen is not for play. She has her whole. She got every bit of her platform shoe on Robyn neck. And that's where it needs to be. That's where it needs to be, because Robyn and Giselle and them, they think they fucking slick. They told Ashley, you going on and find a black bitch that could bumble with Wendy so we could bring that up, so that could be what we talk about this season, as opposed to talking about that bullshit Robyn did. No. We talking about it. We talking about it. And the grand dame, every chance she gets, she like, oh my God, so we're staying here? Robyn, so isn't this where Juan stayed? Well, let's talk about that. Yes, Karen. Yes, Grand Dame. Bring it up. I want to hear it. I want to talk about it, and I want foot on neck, foot in chest. Yes, because you heard, I don't care, Robyn. You heard Juan don't care. So put your foot in, girl. Anyway. That's right, Grand Dame. Hold Robyn accountable. Keep it up. Don't stop. Again, show how you could be all in the mix, because you're an older woman and you do not need to be showing you and Ray romance life. Your kids is out your household. They already haze you about your house and your finances. So now it's time. They see you financially stable. You the Grand Dame. You be having on your little drip. You look good for a 60-year-old. So yeah, you could stir up the mess. And what I also like about Karen is I'm not only trying to stir up the mess. I'm also trying to bring a resolution. Right? But it's just that, bitch, you don't want to talk about your shit. That's why we can't have a resolution. So since you don't want to talk about it, it's foot on next season. So I'm with Karen. I leave the Grand Dame alone. She don't need to go nowhere. And I'm so fucking happy that I don't see Charisse. The level of not wanting to see Charisse. Yo, anyway, I'm so happy we don't see her. Good. Grand Dame was paying that bitch dust, and I was too. Move and goodbye. Right? So, okay. So, in any event, moving on from Karen, Giselle. Listen. Let me say this, right? I know what it feels like to come from, to hold the crown of the queen bee of the clique, right? I know what that looks like. I was in a girl clique when I was 12 years old, right? So I know what it looks like to navigate the space of the queen bee of the clique. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Let's just be real. Heavy is the head that wears the motherfucking crown. So it is a very, very tough spot to hold. But it's also a lot of BS with it. Praise God. My only thing is, and I always say this, praise God that I did these things when I was a fucking teenager. I would be so embarrassed at 40 and 50 years old with kids to be still trying to hustle and tussle and maintain a queen bee spot of a clique of women. I don't got time. I don't got bitch. You know what I'm saying? But I know what that looks like, right? The thing about Giselle is Giselle has perfected the I don't give a fuck attitude on this show. Because I can almost guarantee you put Giselle on the Real Housewives of Atlanta with Nene, Portia, Candy, Phaedra, and Marlo, and Ray Sheree? Oh no. Giselle wouldn't hold a motherfucking torch. Giselle would have ran out of there so motherfucking fast. No. This group of women, she can perfect that style of being because, look what she got to work with. And you see Karen is the other, because what I was explaining to another girl that I know about how friend groups work is sometimes, oftentimes, most times it's happened in my friend group. There are two women in the queen bee spot and you see them bumble. And see with Karen, Giselle knows she can't fuck with Karen, which is why she go back and try to befriend her every time they go through stuff, because she know Karen is on her motherfucking head top, because you ain't queening on me. You ain't queen being on me. I ain't in your motherfucking hive, bitch. But for the rest of them, she can maintain a stance of, you need to try to live up to my standards. And that's what they all try to do. That's what they all try to do. And then she got her pit bull dog in the yard, Robin, in front of the gate, barking at every motherfucking body. So that makes them feel like they're powerful. And because of that, a lot of them bow down to her and they want to get it for. Girl, I wouldn't have Giselle to think about. So anyway, she just full of shit, and her bringing up that whole, oh, your life is in danger because of the things that the things that Candace said and did. Well, sweetheart, again, you're now playing victim. You brought that on by making up some shit saying her man did that he really did not do. He really did not do. You saw opportunity to be slithery and you used it. You're a slithery ass bitch. You're a slithery ass bitch. That's who you are. You're a nasty slithery ass bitch. My only concern for you, Giselle, not only concern for you, and I'm honestly, it ain't even only a concern, it's an actual fear. It's an actual fear for you, is that you are raising 3 girls. You are raising 3 girls. So the same nasty hazing that you do to these women, please be prepared for your young ladies to run home from school every motherfucking day, because they're encountering the same thing. One thing about karma, it don't miss nobody. And you know what they always say, the sins of the father will fall on the son. So the same way you treat, because let me tell you something, that first one, Grace, oh, that's a spitting image of you. The other 2 is Jamal. Okay. So Grace may have skated through, which is what makes you feel like, but the BS that you do to these women, I'm almost sure your twins are going to have to encounter. And you're going to see what it looks like when women are when girls are hazed and bullied and treated unfairly, and you're not going to like that for your own daughters. But it's going to be God showing you the karma and the shit you did to these women, because you're not right. You're not right. But I also know it's allowed, so I can't hold your feet to the fire, because them other bitches make sure they bow down to you, and that irritates me. That irritates me. But you know what you be doing. You mean and you're nasty. You mean and you're nasty, and it's not nice. It's not nice. It's not fucking nice. All the shit you do is not nice. Talk about, oh, you didn't talk to no fucking one. Y'all made that up. That was all BS. And anyway, let me move on from you. Oh my God. In that guy. Ineka, right? This is my only thing, right? Whatever beef you want to have with Wendy, you got it, boo. You got it. You got the beef for Wendy. You got the beef for Wendy, right? Okay. Let's just say the shrine was built. They prayed against you. African culture might abolish you. All this stuff, right? But see, nothing happened. You good, right? And that guy, when you went to go talk about your life and the things you had going on and how you want to do an instant replay of the wedding, or something, them fucking people was looking at you like, even when you went and tried to have the conversation about the fertility and all of that in that guy, even that was weird. Even that was weird. The way you spoke to your husband, like, and what is your storyline outside of the shrine with Wendy? Explain it to me. Explain it to me, Aneka. What is your storyline outside of Wendy's mother, Lebe, Force, Pape, the color purple, and all this other bullshit? Tell me, I got it. I'll go with you right. Wendy and the family put a shrine up against you, nailed you to the cross, and blood is coming out your hands and your feet, right? But you have survived, you have resurrected, and you are here, right? What is your storyline outside of that infertility? Please explain it to me, Annette. I know they said that you're a lawyer. talk about what do you what law do you practice? And Aneka, what are you doing? Then they said you said, oh, you got money, you come from. What is the storyline about? What I don't Aneka. Aneka, if I hear about this shrine of fucking again, I'm going. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care because whatever she prayed against you in the African community, you still have a seat at the table, right? You're still here. Operate from that space, Aneka. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I'm done. If I see you at the shrine again, it's up and it's stuck. I cannot. Who cares if Wendy's lying? Who cares if she didn't want you at the table? Are you there? Okay, let it go. Jesus, Father. Wendy, this is what I'm gonna need, right? This is what I'm gonna need, Wendy. I'm gonna tell you something like this, Wendy, right? I was raised in the hood, right? I was raised in the hood. So when you're raised in certain neighborhoods, you develop certain skill sets. The one thing about the hood is depending on how entrenched you were in it, it can make you very sharp, very witted, very aware. You know, you can kind of maneuver things because you have had a lot of experiences, right? Me personally, I tell everybody I would do perfect on reality TV just with people that I'm not friends or family with. Right? So I will only do reality TV from people like, for example, I don't hang out at all on my block. I barely know anybody on my block, right? But if you put like me and somebody on my block on a reality show, I've seen your face before, but I don't know you. So if I got to shade you on my confessionals, I would have no problem because, bitch, I don't know you, right? Some people have that trait of being able to be swift and sharp and with it. Like I said, I come from a family of comedians. So I can crack a joke in a heartbeat. I can tell you what cartoon character you look like with just looking at you. Like, it's very, whereas other people, if you're not raised in a particular environment, you're kind of slow to catch on. Like, case in point with Candace, right? Candace wasn't raised in an environment that if you talk too much shit, it might get you your ass handed to you, right? She was more so raised in an environment where you can just argue all day because they're just words. That's why when Monique yanked her fucking head top off, she was mortified for 3 seasons straight because she felt like, why would you do this to me? Whereas Monique felt like, why wouldn't I? But she was running your motherfucking mouth, right? That environment. Wendy, you were not raised in an environment where you can be a bitch. That's the reality of it. You don't have it. You don't have it. You know, because what I noticed with you is every time you try to act like you swift and you with it and you throwing shade and you being weird, it doesn't land well, which makes us start cringing at you, cringing when you do so, because we like, Wendy, I wanted to be on your side and I wanted to have your back and I wanted to fuck with you. But what you just said sounded crazy. You looked crazy and that was some bullshit. So now I'm here embarrassed. Like, y'all can take Wendy in the house, please? Because she's embarrassing us. We don't want to look at you like that, Wendy. But because you don't have that it factor, we have to. Another thing is you're not confident in the things that you're trying to portray. When you first got in the show and you talked about your 9 degrees and your educational background, your academic background, that's the space you should have stayed in because you can go toe-to-toe about that. You can go toe-to-toe about that. That's where you're confident. But when you try to start being a bitch and saying things like, don't get mad at me because God worked overtime and he checked out for lunch for you, Wendy, we don't believe that. We don't believe you believe that. We don't believe you believe that. So when you started with that whole spiel, we wanted to be like, yeah, Wendy, talk that shit, bitch. But it didn't land like, yeah, Wendy, talk. It land like, what God did? And it made us cringe, and now it made us feel embarrassed, and now we like, Wendy, just shut up. You know, even like, I'll give you another example. Even like when you was like, oh, they got Eddie activated. They got Eddie activated. What happens after Eddie gets activated? Wendy, you can explain that to me? Because I didn't see... You know what I saw? Exactly what Aneka said. Wendy was giving get out vibes. That's what Eddie was giving. So to be like, oh, he activated, like he was gonna make it, made us cringe. So anytime you try to give like that Giselle mean girl spirit, it's cringy. I'd rather you just own that I wasn't raised like y'all pack of fucking wolves, and because of that, I'm not stooping to y'all level. I'm too sweet, I'm too nice, and just not even converse with them or be bothered with them because you don't want to be sweet and nice to them, and that's genuinely who you are. And the excuse that you could use for that is Giselle sat on a reunion in front of billions of people and said, because I don't like her. What's on my shirt? I don't like her. So you could use exactly what she said to say, listen, when I'm sweet and I'm nice and I'm being good old Wendy and I'm being, what you called it? What was it? Zen Win and all of that, you don't have to even correspond with them or be Zen Win with them because, like she said, they don't like you. But anytime you try to go to toe with toe with them, like toe to toe with them, like you can match that energy, it makes the entire audience cringe. You look crazy, Wendy. And it irritates me because I want to root for you, Wendy. I think you should. I think your drip look good. I mean, I don't love your BBL, but I think it's a different body than you came on the show with. I love that cover up you had on at the pool. I saw you twerking a little bit. I love how happy Eddie treats you. I think you should just work from the space of I'm a good person and a nice person. And because this set of the women out the group is not good or nice, I don't fuck with them. So I think you should fuck with your homegirl Kiana. I think you should fuck with the Grand Dame. I think we should fuck with Candace and just like try to ice them out the same way they trying to ice Candace out. But you always try to like go toe to toe with them in the same space they're in, and you don't have that. You're not a bully. You're not a nasty bitch. You don't know how to do it. You don't have it. So whenever you do it, you make the audience and Karen and Candace cringe because they're trying to have your back. So when it happened, they like this. You done, Wendy? I could see you at the side. Because you don't have it. You don't have it. And that's the same, like, even like with Candace. Candace got the mouth. Candace got the mouth. She don't have the action. So whenever she said things like, you could get fucked up, we all like, Candace, don't say that. But when it comes to that mouth, Candace can run it. She can go toe to toe. Right? So we don't cringe when she cursing the motherfucker out. We cringe when she try to act like she gonna give somebody some smoke because last time some smoke was brought to you, you evaporated. Again, so it's really contingent upon you gotta have it. Wendy, know what you have, know what you confident in, and work with that. But you're not confident in being the bully and being the mean girl and being nasty. And when you try to, it's cringy. Again, okay. All right, and last but not least, Robyn. My belief, again, I could be wrong. My belief is that Robyn is a lesbian and she is in love with Giselle. And I think that her and Juan decided to go this whole getting married route because it would bring a bigger bag and they were broke. But I do not believe that they are a couple. I do not believe that they are together, and I do not believe any of the bullshit going on. And I'll give you some of the reasons why. Number one on the list, what Juan did was just flat out outright stupid. Flat out outright stupid. I don't think that Juan is flat out outright stupid. I think that Juan didn't want this to leak, but I kind of think he didn't care if it leaked because we're really not together. We're really not together. So whatever the fuck I do, who cares, right? I think I'm going to tell you something about a particular set of LGBTQ people that I've experienced, and I could be wrong. This is just my experience, right? I've encountered some LGBTQ people that they don't announce or share that they're there because they're not sure if they're there yet because they haven't found someone they've liked, right? And I've had that in a family member, whereas I always felt that this person was gay, right? But I think they knew that they were not interested in what they were supposed to be interested in, which was the opposite sex, but they had not found that person of the same sex that they liked enough to confidently say like, oh no, I know I'm gay, right? And I feel like when they found that person, it was like, okay, now I can say it. This is it. I know for sure because my feelings I have toward this person. Before I didn't know because I didn't have nobody to have feelings towards of the same sex, but I knew I didn't have feelings with the opposite sex, right? I see that often. I see that often in my experience. Like, I know people that, like, say, like, if it's a woman, they like, I know I don't like guys. I don't like them touching me. I'm not interested in them. Nothing about them is sexy to me. But they also don't know if they like women because they have not actually met a woman that they have romantic feelings for. Then they meet a woman they have romantic feelings for, and it's like, I know for sure this is it, right? I think that's the space that Robyn is in. That's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong, right? And I think that because that might be the space she's in, she doesn't really care to work through this marriage. She just doesn't want to be embarrassed because being embarrassed can take a toll on A, her mental health because the whole world is watching, and B, it could take a toll on our check. And remember, we were broke. We're trying to stay rich. I do not think Juan and Robyn is a couple. I could be wrong, but that's just my feeling. Right? So I think all that stuff that happened with Juan, you heard him. I don't care, Robyn. Neither does Robyn. But, motherfucker, I'm trying to act like we care because we need this fucking check. We was broke before this. Right? So I think that's what's going on with them. That's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong. So I think that's where we are, where you paying with the room and making an excuse and using. And I think it's bullshit, right? What I don't like about Robyn is, once again, what the rest of the world is saying. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. I honestly feel like you may secretly, low-key be in love with Giselle. I don't know, but that's just my feel. And because of that, certain things you say and do that make absolutely no sense regarding your situation. And I feel like all of that boo-hoo crying and all of that is because I want y'all to leave me alone. I'm tired of talking about this. Me and Juan are not really a couple. That bullshit that happened was just some bullshit. We getting past it. And I don't want to talk about this no more because if y'all keep zeroing in on me, I'm going to have to focus on something I really don't give a flying fuck about because he's not really my man. Giselle is. I don't think Winter House, Summer House, or whoever that man is really Giselle, man. I think she knows Robyn is in love with her and she leads her around like a puppy dog. That's just my opinion. And I think that Juan knows that him and Robyn ain't no couple, which is why he is over here trying to find Canadian hoes and not giving a fuck that the world can find out he paid for the room because I'm not with you. If y'all don't remember, Juan said on season 1 or season 2, he had a hot mic on and said, I'm only here for my boys. And then the next season, they back in love. How'd that happen? No, we had a conversation. Hey, Juan, we need this check. So you gotta act like we back in love. Let Giselle take you ring shopping. Buy me a fucking ring. Fake marry me. I would like somebody to show me Juan and Robyn marriage certificate. I would like to see that. Because I won't be shocked if they ain't even really married. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I could have made all this up. This is just how I feel. But again, that's my take on these ladies. I'm tired of they all need healing to a certain degree, but I all see the roles that they play in the show, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it. So I was going to do Married to Medicine and Potomac together, but this already has been 40 plus minutes. I ain't going to do y'all like that. So I'll come back with my Married to Medicine recap. But y'all let me know. Am I spot on with any of these things? Am I reaching? Does it sound crazy? Did I give you guys something else to think about? But let's talk more about these characters because they're a piece of work. All right. So fuck yeah. Like I said, make sure you guys go like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll talk more in the future. Happy holidays.